Khawaja defends out in the offside.
I was trying to remember the other day how many you hit off me in that over.
4 fours.
Just off the top of your head, Brian?
I thought there was a 6 back over my head as well.
It was a pull for 4, and then you went, you pitched up over mid-off for 4. You said, okay, I'll go back short again. Cut over point.
He's made nearly 12,000 test runs, but he's plucked out the 16 off that over of yours, Blewy. I love it. So, Brian, tell us more about how you used to smash Blewy around. We're interested.
No, hang on. Before Brian talks, my role with the ball, Jack, was to come on and try and break the partnership. So
Not go
it
for
wasn't
16
just
off
running
the over.
in, line and length, boring stuff like Glenn McGrath. I was like, try a few things. So hence, a couple of bounces. But
that was his job. My job was to move from 170 to 200 in that over.
Oh, it's a leave outside off stump. Ball tails away. Taken by De Silva, the wicket keeper.
no, I remember at the end of that over, and I was just like, sorry, Tubbs, I got nothing. I got nothing here. I didn't say it out loud, but in my mind, bowling to Brian on a pretty good pitch, has to be said, but on 170, bowling 125 straight balls.
About the overs for West Indies, 43.
Ooh.
Third, second. On. Give it to him. Oh.
Change your bowling, gentlemen.
Junior's trying to punch one home at Gosford. He's got the outside rail. Inside's coming.
Just got beat.
Oh, no. Tried to punch it home from the other side of the country.
Thinking, where's the focus? Give me another 5 metres. Winning post.
Where's the focus? I've seen him do this in big bash games when he's been watching a dog, a horse, and a game of cricket.
2 things at once.
He's disappointed, June. Not the noise of a man that had a win.
Labuschagne on 99. Now he's on 100. Crashing cut shot in front of point. It's a boundary. 8th Test match century for Marnus Labuschagne.
Beautiful. 13 fours. Strike rate of just above 53. Great century. First century of the summer. The Australian summer. Wonderful.
He's looked brought a touch of class to the crease from ball 1. He's looked like he's moving well. His bat has looked wide. JB said Steve Smith before had been looking right at home with a wide bat. Well, this man too had a few streaky moments early in his innings, but right now when he's playing straight down the ground, he's got a bat as wide as a barn door at the moment, and he's looking in great shape. On the back of what it was a fantastic last innings in the one-day series, that looks to have got him into some fine fettle now, JB.
Now, I want to know what goes through a man's head when he's batting in a first-class game and he's coming up towards making 500. No one else ever done that.
You could only ask me that.
Oh, no, that's what I'm asking. Never been done before or since.
Well, I mean, it was a quiet Monday. I think there was about 2 men and a dog at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yes.
I got encouragement. It was about 1,000 people at lunch, 5,000 at tea. So the CEO, the general manager of Warwickshire said, do not get out. The membership is going through the roof at the moment.
Smith facing holder and allowing that through. So when did it come up? Just before stumps, or when did you?
Well, in the Caribbean first-class games, the captains have to agree. The game has nothing in it, and after 10 of the 20 overs, I think here as well in Test cricket.
Yes.
And then my non-striking partner came in to me and he said, "This is the last over." I said, "No." I mean, he said, "Yes." In England, the umpires have the authority to pull stumps if they feel the game is dead, and that's when I realized that I've got to strike the next one for 4.
So at that stage, you're on 496.
97.
97.
Yeah.
He had an over to hit a boundary to make 500. Can you believe we're even having this conversation?
I'm staggered. I'm blown away. Great work from your partner.
Yeah,
Can you remember who it was at the other end that gave you the heads up? Because that is great work.
Heath Piper was the not-out batsman.
buy him a beer at the end of the day.
We had a match at the Oval the next morning.
A responsible beer.
As we're discussing with the great Brian Lara, the 500 he made in a county game for Warwickshire. The other thing we haven't brought up is the poor bastard who dropped him.
It needs to be raised,
Didn't think it was going to cost him too many.
Just a couple.
It was a pretty regulation catch too, wasn't
Yeah, knee height. I actually, the pavilion was ahead of me. I took 3-4 strides towards the pavilion. When I looked at the bowler, his face was in his hands on the ground.
Single down a long on for Marnus Labuschagne. How many were you on then?
14?
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's cost him 486.
Has there been a more punished drop catch in the history of the game?
No. Or mentioned as well. I think he came out and did the front bar, that bloke. Yeah, he was on Australian television. Chase. And Smith into the onside. Thought about a single and then sent Marnus back. At least he can see the funny side. I bet his teammates didn't.
Nope.
Every break, thanks for that.
You happy with the way you batted today? We were so surprised when you nicked one. You were looked in total control.
Yeah, it's cricket, isn't it? Stinker. I thought after tea, I thought, I could cash in here, but Dibbly Dobbler got me. Stinker.
It's happened to all of us, Aussie. Ferg here, mate. Look, you're averaging 85.64 to be precise, opening the batting in Test cricket. I mean, you've just taken it to it so well. What do you like so much about opening the batting at Test level?
Yep, I agree. There's only one way downhill from here. So
Chase in again. Smith on the front foot, pushes it back to the bowler.
Oh, my goodness, Ross. A lot of chat from the keeper, isn't there?
I'm enjoying it.
The West Indies field is like a one-day field, isn't it? All in there on the single, and that one run so hard to get, but makes such a difference. And
deep forward square leg and a deep long on, deep point.
Smith drives wide of mid-on. Century number 29 for one of the greatest players of the modern era. 100 off 180 deliveries. He's back in a big way.
He's back. He's been back this summer. He said he was back, and now he's got it. Another 100, and one that he absolutely is enjoying with his best mate in the team right now. A big cuddle on the pitch, and Steve Smith, he deserves that. What a player, and he's just an inspiration.
He is. Someone get the tissues. It's been a wonderful innings. His bat has looked as wide as a barn door from the minute he walked to the crease. He's looking so balanced at the moment. He's talked publicly about how this is probably as well as he's batted since 2015, 2016. It's just a joy to watch, and it's an ominous sign for anyone not wearing an Aussie cap for the rest of the summer.
And still so long to go in the game. He can go big.
And married, mate. Where was that? Here in WA, or were you on the road? Where did you get that?
We actually did it in a couple of days after the end of the Big Bash in Adelaide. My now wife and I, we eloped over there. The border was closed, so we weren't allowed back into our home state. Yeah, we did. So,
bloody hell.
And then we had a big party upon our return to Perth.
So.
So.
Whereabouts in Adelaide?
I should know that.
Where'd you get married? Not sure.
Anyway, Seals in to Smith, defending.
Well, we know that ranking system now.
Fortunately, my wife's not tuning into the cricket today, I don't think.
Yep. Now it'll be Travis Head's turn. He's 99. And if all of the offside fielders come up, slight change in the field. Short third man comes around to the 45.
A few boos from the crowd. They want him to hurry up.
Round the wicket. Head dabs it on! He chops it on for 99! That wasn't part of the plan. Oh no! Searching for that one single. Brathwaite pushes it through a bit quicker. Travis Head falls one short of a century.
And he's trying to run it down where that fielder had just been moved as well. So, yeah, he'd be gutted.
Declaration comes for Australia. Shattering end for Travis Head. Australia pull the pin at 4 for 598. What a performance by the Aussies. Now it's their turn with the ball. The Quicks will be like caged lions ready to go.
Crowd making their own fun of the moment. A Stark full, hit him on the pad. Goodbye, he's out. He reviews straight away, but that looked absolutely plumb. Swinging into the pad of Blackwood. It was pitched up as well, but it's going upstairs. That was a sweet nut from Stark. And it's defended the first ball by Blackwood.
Look, we've got 600 on the board. Surely we get a short leg in after that last previous delivery from the Hazelwood's over where Blackwood just popped it up in the air. You know, we've got runs to play with. Let's get a man in at short leg or leg gully.
Want me to shout it out the window?
Yeah, we shouted off the stadium roof yesterday.
Yeah. But that was Smithy.
Smithy will hear. Smithy will hear.
Okay.
They're not that far away, you know. Here's Hazelwood's next ball, has Blackwood forward defending.
Want me to shout out?
Go on, Gussie.
No.
Put a short leg in! Hey, short leg!
I like it.
There you go.
And he just turned around.
He did.
Yeah.
Said, no worries, Big G.
Yeah. I'll get a text tonight.
It's a very basic field, isn't it? 2 slips, sort of a floating slip and then a ring both sides.
Oh, he gets this one to rear up. It's in the air. Oh, it's put down by Green. He had to come forward. The replay will tell us if it carried, but that was up for a long time.
Just get up again and tell him again. That's just popped up in the air. I know it went on the offside, but that could easily go to short leg.
Oh, that spat up. He had no idea. Absolutely no idea. It did fall short, but Blackwood is under some serious pressure right now.
Yeah, we've got to get this field right. Come on.
June, I reckon you're about a minute away from yelling it out.
I will. I'm going to run on the ground and I'm going to do a Greg Ritchie.
Oh, come on, please. Yell it out. Oh, Gus will pay you $100. Here's Hazelwood. And that one rears
out!
Up, and it
He's out!
would have popped up. It would have popped up straight to short leg.
I give up. Jeez, come on. Stay in there.
And now he's going to bring someone up. Oh, no, 1 ball too late.
That's just, I cannot work that out. Why can we all see it and no one, the people that count most cannot see it?
That literally would have just popped straight to the guy. Wouldn't have had to move.
Would have been swallowed up.
Here we go. It's happening.
Yeah, well, the horse is at the 400-metre mark.
Cummins hits the crease.
Olim! Rips through Brathwaite. Hits the top of off. 200 test wickets for Cummo. And finally, some joy for the Aussies.
Oh, that's the length you've got to bowl here at the Wacker. Perfect line and length. And just enough movement for Paddy Cummins. What a bowler he is. Just held its line past the outside edge. And what does it hit? The top of off. Beautiful bowling.
Is this the ball for Marnus? Yes, it is.
Oh, there it is.
Smashes it through cover for a boundary. Double ton for Marnus Labuschagne. The man built for Test match cricket does it again. 203 from 348 deliveries. He thrives against the red ball.
He really does. He did have a few edgy moments early yesterday, but I'll tell you what he's done since then. He's given them no hope, and he has not put a foot wrong since. He's really rubbed them into the dirt here, the West Indies, and Marnus Labuschagne is in some serious nick now. He played a couple of really nice knocks in the 1 days to get himself going in the summer, and now, gee whiz, you're going to find him hard to get out for the rest of the summer. He and Steve Smith are going to be formidable in that middle order.
I saw on the roster when it got sent out last night, I saw that I was together with you two this morning, which is good fun. Disappeared down a bit of a YouTube rabbit hole this morning, I must admit. I saw you two put on a nice stand against England at the Gabba and kind of pulled Australia out of the hole a little bit. But what is it with when you two come to the West and play cricket against the opposition? You blued with Matt Pryor. You just about started an all-in brawl with Sulieman Benn.
That wasn't our fault.
What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. We seem to just back each other up. Where we go out there, we play some tough cricket, and we're not there to talk to the opposition. We're definitely not. We're not mates out in the field. So, yeah, that Sulieman Benn incident.
Yes, take us through that one to start with.
Well, he's bowling spin. He's left arm. He's a big guy. He should be bowling fast, to be honest. But Hads is at the striker's end. He's faced the ball, hit it into mid-wicket. I've taken off to run the single. Sulieman Benn's come across the pitch, come across and grabbed onto me as I'm running, trying to get the single and not be run out. And so he's grabbing onto me and I'm trying to escape from him. He's a big guy, he's grabbing onto me. And I get to the other end and I've turned around and Hads is pointing his bat. And that's all I see is Hads, oh. I'm just I didn't know what to do. I sort of came down and it sort of kicked off from there. It's a few words, as we saw in the clip just before. Sulieman just sort of stood around and was going at it, and I don't know exactly what was said, but it wasn't nice.
Jack, I was happy to let it go, to be honest, because Mitch was running his...
Not judging from the clip we watched, you weren't.
I'll explain to you how that went from 0 to 150 real quick, but Mitch was in his right to run a straight line for the run, and Sulieman, in his credit, he was in his right to also to run for the ball. So that was an accident. And as I'm running past, Sulieman sort of lost it a little bit. And I could hear, I couldn't really understand him at the best of times. He used to mumble. He used to want to sledge us, but he didn't really want us to hear, which wasn't a great character trait. But then he said something really weird. We're about to head to the 2020 World Cup. And he said, "You two won't get out alive in Barbados. I will stab you."
What?
And I went, "Beg your pardon." And that's then when it just got misty. And I don't really know what happened after that. And you stick it up for your mate. We've always been close, Jono and I. And so I've just gone in and pointed the bat and I said, "Mate, this is on now. Like, you can't say things like that." And it got a bit heated and Chris Gale came in. And I remember I got fined 25% of my match fee. And you normally go in for a hearing, and I've walked in with Steve Bernard, our manager, and I said, "Oh, can I have a look at the rap sheet?" And I think it was Crowe at the time said, "Oh, no, here we go." I looked at it, I signed it, and I handed it straight back, and I walked out. He said, "Hads, what are you doing?" I said, "Mate, that was all worth it. I'm happy to pay 25%.
Bowled him! Lyon with a massive blow! Knocks over the West Indian captain. And that is a massive moment in the Test match.
Yeah, huge moment. Brathwaite's big game with the bat comes to an end. Might have just been a little bit tight on off stump, tried a little late cut and end up chopping it on to off stump.
Yes, well bowled there from Nathan Lyon. He's come straight out of the foot marks there. Brathwaite just looked a little bit tight and a little bit lazy with his hands, just trying to open his face. And Nathan Lyon was up to the challenge. Beautifully bowled. Brathwaite apart for 110.
June's on the phone. 1-3. Qantas, he's on the phone straight away. What time's the next flight out of here? The West Indies now 5 for 2-1-2. Tracy Damon, our manager. Hi, Trace. Is there a seat in business? He's got, is there a seat in business? Cooper Smile, Triple M Rocks Cricket.
Lyon bowls, that's hit in the air. Stark underneath it, got the fingertips underneath. Takes a fantastic catch at mid-wicket. He had a similar chance yesterday that he didn't hang on to. That time made perfect ground, and it's 9 for 333. Chase gone for 55.
Yeah, Chase has batted beautifully, but Nathan Lyon strikes again, and Mitchell Stark, he dropped a difficult one, as you said, Jack, yesterday, which is so unusual. He's just such a great mover for a big man and made good ground, diving forward. Australia strike.
5 for Nathan Lyon for Cooper's Mildale. Triple M Rocks Cricket. 9 down, 1 to go for the Aussies. 9 for 333 for Cooper's Mildale. Triple M Rocks Cricket. Nathan Lyon bagging another Test 5 for as he dismisses Roston Chase for 55.
He's the GOAT, and he's showing that again today, and that was a wonderful catch, wasn't it, Blewy, by Mitchell Stark. Ran in about sort of 15 metres, inches above the deck. For such a big man, he's so athletic, and that's a really, really good catch.
Yeah, it's one of the big improvements for me over the years is the you know, that probably the athleticism of the fast bowlers and what they can contribute in the field is first class.
At 11, Kamar Roach facing the first ball. Bowled! Game over! It certainly wasn't handed to Australia, and they had to fight hard for it, but they go 1-0 up in the series. Nathan Lyon finishes with 6. Australia win by 164 runs.
He's going to be on a hat-trick in Adelaide as well. Back-to-back wickets, and like you said, Jack, beautifully called, mate. Lyon comes into his own in that 4th innings and shows why he's a GOAT, Blewy.
Yeah, well, obviously Australia deserved to win that game. They pretty much dominated it, really. I mean, the West Indies only took 6 of the Australian wickets, so the batting by Australia was fantastic. West Indies have got some work to do on their bowling, but I tell you what I have really enjoyed is the guts that we've seen from the West Indies. We all thought they'd get blown away at different stages throughout the game, but a lot of them have shown some real determination and a bit of pride for their country, which is great.